So on our social media, one of the top questions we get constantly is from people who are looking to get into photography as a hobby, and they want to know what camera should they get. Well, honestly, that's a hard question to answer because camera manufacturers now all make fantastic cameras. So here's the best advice that I can give anyone who's looking to get something more than a point and shoot. They're tired of taking photographs on their iPhone and they want something they can change lenses on. And that right there is the trick. Spend less on the camera and more on the lenses. If you just blindly said, hey, go pick a camera and a lens from any manufacturer, I'm going to go with a low to mid-level camera and as much lens as I can possibly afford, because that's the trick right there. The camera is just a box that records the light that's coming into it, but all that light is coming through the lens, and that lens makes all the difference in the world. If you're going out there and taking sports photographs, like that's your thing, 70 to 200 2.8 is what I would suggest. It's people look at this and they think, man, that's a really long lens. Well, this is your basic telephoto lens. This is nothing crazy. 70 to 200 2.8. You can go with an f4 model if you want to save just a little bit of money, but make sure that aperture stays pretty consistent if you can. If you're looking for just, hey, I want to take some portraits of people, take some portraits of my family, you can never go wrong with an 85 millimeter. This is an 85 millimeter 1.8. This is not an expensive lens. Not an expensive lens. And, the quality out of this lens is really, really great. 85. And, for those Nifty 50 fans out there, 50 millimeter 1.8, very, very inexpensive lens. This thing from Sony is a couple $100, and that's honestly through almost any manufacturer for their basic 50 millimeter lens. Now, there's some that get crazy expensive, but spend less on that camera body and more on that lens. Spend as much on that lens as your budget will allow.